Hi students, good afternoon. Once again we met to continue our lesson. We are discussing about electrical conductivity of liquids. What we are discussing? Electrical conductivity of liquids. In this lesson, from our past class, in our last class, we finished about, we learned about what are the conductors, what are the insulators, and solid substance are allowing electric current or not, then what we called liquid substance also allowing or not, electric current allowing or not, then what we called if any not allowing electric current through them. So how we converted which are not converted into converted, means which are not allowing electric current through them, those we converted as a, those are allowing as a, means those are allowing electric current through them, means which are non-electrolyte substances, those we converted into electrolyte substances. Is it or not? And also we observed about how to identify electric conductivity on potato, means vegetables and fruits. Of course. See here, for that we discussed one of the best activity or example by using potato, how the electrical conductivity on potato or on vegetables. So what will happen, how those will allow electric current through them. After that we finish it, and also one more we learn about how to prepare our own shell. So we've already prepared and we observed how electric current producing from that, how it is producing electric current or electrical energy from the chemical energy, we observed that. Then nowadays we know about how we are utilizing electric current. Already we discussed about how electrical energy or electric current is producing, from where we discussed already, from the power plant, from the powerhouses. Okay. But what I am saying to you, what we are producing electrical energy from the powerhouses or power plants, those we are unable to store. Suppose where there is a scarcity of electricity to produce, if there is a lack of source to produce electricity, by that you may get scarcity of electricity. At the time, how to utilize it? Nowadays means we are very comfortable by using cells, batteries, and inverters, such a things. For what? By storing that electric energy we are using when we need, when it's necessary. But in our 400 years ago, in 400 years ago, there was no such a importance, means such a things to store the electricity. See here, those are means in European, means what we can say, the people in Europe, they are struggled to invent, or otherwise they struggle to store the electric current. But they done different type of experiments or various type of experiments. Okay, they did millions of experiments, but they did not succeed. After, means just before, means what we can consider, by doing different type of experiments, they are unable to identify how to store the electrical energy, but they are able to produce electrical energy by using different type of sources. But when there is a scarcity of electricity at the time, how to utilize by storing of electrical energy, they are based on that they are unable to produce electrical energy. For that they have done different type of experiments that before then 400 years ago. At last finally 200 years after that, 200 years after, there is a chance came to store the electrical energy. They found by doing various type of experiments, at the time what happened? It came a chance like a chance. It's like a miracle, like chance. It came. Where, how they are doing not, that idea came to store the electrical energy, but by chance it came to save the electrical energy, to utilize when it necessary, when it need. When it came that idea, see here, 1780, 1780, that 1780, so mostly the chance came at that year when 1780, the mostly probable chance came to store the electrical energy. A biologist, who is that? A biologist, the biologist name is Luigi Galvani. A biologist, Luigi Galvani, in that year 1780, from Bologna. See that it is located at Italy. A chance came on the time 1780 by what? A biologist, Luigi Galvani. He is from where? Italy. How it came? He observed, at once he observed a frog leg, frog leg, the frog leg hooked with, means hanged with, what you can say, hung from a copper wire, hung from a copper wire, means what I'm talking to you, a dead frog, what a leg, what happened? Hung, means it already hung to that, it was twisting to that. Okay, so from what a copper wire of copper hook, when that leg twisted, means otherwise hung with the copper hook, unexpectedly the leg fallen on the another metal. That leg fallen on another metal. When that frog's leg fallen on another metal, and suddenly what happened? The frog got what? Life. The frog got life. What happened? I'm saying the frog leg what hung from a copper hook. Unexpectedly what happened? That frog's leg fallen on another metal. By that what happened? So the frog got a life. That whole thing is observed by who was that? A biologist, Luigi Galvani. He is from that particular place. He finally decided, he done different experiments on dead frogs. He done various experiments on dead frogs. Finally, he came to the conclusion that frog's legs twisted every time. The frog's legs twisted. Frog's legs twisted at every time. Every time by passing electric current. By that, he said, he concluded by different experiments. What he concluded? That living organisms are consist. Living organisms are consist electric current. Living organisms are consist electric current. Understand? By done experiment, different type of experiment by biologist who are the Luigi Galvani. He came to finally what? A final conclusion. What? So at every time by connecting that dead frog's leg, the dead frogs from one metal to another metal, what happened? The dead frogs got a life. Means when that electric current passing through that frog's leg, through the frogs, so what happened? It's showing as a twisted action. Twisted means what I like by pinching with how we are, means feeling as irritation, such a like. Okay, it's giving twisted when electric current passing through that what a dead frogs by giving life to that. So by that he was concluded what? So the electric current is stored in where? Living organisms, or otherwise he said he concluded, he said, I proved a biological electricity. Biological electricity. Biological electricity. He written a theory. He written a theory on biological electricity by proving what when electric current passing through the dead frogs, otherwise when dead frogs twisted by passing electric current. He said there is the electricity present in living organisms or otherwise what he proved biological electricity. Biological, what he can derive a living or biological electricity, otherwise living electricity or biological electricity. How he was proved? Luigi Galvani, how he found that living electricity or biological electricity? So he was observed what a frog's leg, dead frog's leg, hung from a copper wire or copper hook. Unexpectedly, that a leg of the frog fell on another metal. By that, what happened? There's a reaction on the frog and it twisted by that it got life. When by doing different activities, different experiments on dead frogs, he observed what there is a twisted reaction by giving life to the frogs when electricity passing through them. So by that he explained what theory of living electricity or biological electricity means. What he said, so there is electricity stored in where? Living organisms. Stored in living organisms. By that, see here, Galvani experiments took the whole Europe by storm, as a how like it a storm. Storm means how like it is as a one spark. What you can say? Spark, lightning. So how he done? Because of they are waiting, eagerly waiting. How many years? 400 years. Means after 200 years, what they done? Whole experiments. So it not came by that experiments to store the electricity. So what they are providing, but unexpectedly by chance, what it came to what to save the electricity by producing. How like by the Mr. Luigi Galvani. So by that, what he explained by giving theory on living electricity or biological electricity, it was spread out as a storm around the Europe within interval of time, within a time. See here, according to Luigi Galvani, what happened? He is saying that stored electricity is present in living organisms. Stored electricity present in living organisms. Same as different scientists are tried to prove, to identify whether electricity can store or not or by using different type of animals. Different type of scientists who are saying around the Europe. So they tried to they conducted different experiments on dead frogs. Based on that, the amount Alessandro Volta. So Alessandro Volta also, but one of the scientists in that particular, so he also tried to produce means he also tried to understand how the living electricity or biological electricity produced by the dead frogs or dead animals. Means according to Lou Galvani, he said there is a stored electricity present in living organisms. By that he given theory that. Based on that, whole scientists are trying to prove that theory. So based on that, one of the scientists, Alessandro Volta, so conducted different experiments on different dead animals, dead living organisms. So based on that, he concluded what it is not that electricity is not stored in living organisms. That electricity is not stored in living organisms. So that living organism, dead body, act as one of the good conductor, act as one of the electrolyte. How he done? how he proved that based on by doing different type of experiments on different dead bodies, different dead living organisms. So he observed what he was used different metals and the same metals by twisting in that situation. When he was used what different metals at the time, he got what he got the twisting action by passing electricity. When he was used same metals, when he was used same metals or same substances, he did not get any twisting action by passing electric current. By that he proved what so it is not storing in living organisms. It is not what electricity producing. It is just acting as electrolyte. So by using what liquid solution, by using liquid solution as electrolyte, by placing different conductors or different metals, we can produce what cell. Otherwise, we can produce to store the electrical energy. Based on the theory, based on his theory, so what happened? He proved, means he prepared a cell to produce the electrical energy from the chemical energy at 1800 years. At 1800 year. At 1800 year. Well, how he was proved? By using two metals. By using two metals. One is a zinc metal, one is a copper metal. One is a zinc metal, one is a copper metal. And liquid solution he was used H2SO4. H2SO4, sulfuric acid. H2SO4, sulfuric acid. By using those in a container, by connecting that, he proved what? He produced electrical energy from the chemical energy. Zinc and copper where he was used as electrodes, and H2SO4 is used as electrolyte. Okay, by using that he produced what? Electrical energy or electric current from the chemical energy. Based on that, at 1800 year, what at 1800 year, he was proved what means he was prepared what a cell. What is that? A cell to produce the electrical energy from chemical energy. Based on his honor, we gave that name voltaic cell or volta cell. What is that? Volta cell or otherwise voltaic cell. What we can call volta cell or voltaic cell. By his honor, to measure that what a voltage, to measure the energy produced, how much it produced by the cell, that is measured by voltage. Okay, we given unit by his honor to measure the energy producing by what a cell. We given unit to measure what a voltage. What is that? A voltage. By this process, what happened? It gave innovation to prepare the cell. To prepare the cell to produce electrical energy. Electrical energy by the chemical energy. So there are two main scientists who are one Yuri Galvani and who are that Alessandro Volta. He said what there is a electric current produced by living organisms because of it consists of stored electric energy. He said what there is no stored electric energy in any living organism. It is act as an electrolyte. By that, what happened? He proved what he invented a cell, the first man-made cell. The first cell is what voltaic cell or volta cell. Who invented that? Alessandro Volta in 1800. In 1800 year. Understand? Coming to that, based on that information only, how the first cell invented by Alessandro Volta, by that only we learn how to prepare our own cell. How to prepare our own cell. Is it or not? You understand the theory of history to develop the cell. History to develop the cell. So what I'm saying, we learned already how to prepare our own cell. Let's recall just we are taking 2 injection bottles. How many? 2 injection bottles. 2 injection bottles. Okay, with a rubber cap, with a rubber cap, and To the each rubber cap, we are inserting one copper bit and a zinc bit. Copper bit, we already know how we took 2 millimeter thickness, okay, 3 centimeter long. Zinc bit we are collecting from the outer layer of the cell which is covered with metal. That metal is a zinc material, zinc substance. So from the zinc material we are taking 2 bits, same as 2 millimeter wide and 3 centimeter long. In each rubber cap, what we are placing means we are inserting one copper wire, one zinc bit, one copper bit, one zinc bit, as the same as to another rubber cap, and fill what a H2SO4 in 2 injection bottle. Fill what a H2SO4 in both injection bottles and place the rubber caps. Place the rubber caps. Place the rubber caps. Okay. Otherwise, not a problem to identify that. Like you can go with a simple way. Imagine this is a rubber cap. Okay. What is this? Is rubber cap. And this is also, of course, rubber cap. So one is a copper bit, one is a zinc bit inserted through what a rubber cap. We placed on individual what a injection bottles. One is a copper bit, one is a zinc bit, one is a copper bit, one is a zinc bit. So in the first injection bottle, copper bit is connected to the connecting wire, and it is connected to water. This is a long terminal, it is a short terminal, and long terminal is connected, long terminal of LED connected to the copper bit in the first injection bottle, copper bit in the first injection bottle, and the short terminal of the LED is connected to the zinc in a second injection bottle, zinc bit in a second injection bottle, and zinc bit in a first injection bottle is connected to the copper in a second injection bottle. By placing that, after some interval of time, we may observe the zinc start to melt. The zinc start to melt. By that reaction, we may observe what are the water droplets forming inside the solution. Water droplets forming inside the solution. Inside the solution means which solution? That sulfuric acid. What is that? Dilute sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Okay. In the solution, we observe zinc is water dissolving, and also we can observe water copper. Okay, copper is forming on zinc plate. Okay, see here, zinc slowly begins to dissolve in the sulfuric acid, bubbles forming on the copper rod. What we can observe, the zinc starts to dissolve, it starts to melt or dissolve into the sulfuric acid, and we can observe it forms on a copper bit, So the zinc starts to dissolve and it forms what a layer on the copper bit. Layer on the copper bit. So by that we can consider zinc and copper act as a 2 electrodes. Zinc and copper act as a 2 electrodes, and H2SO4 consists as a H2SO4. Sulfuric acid is considered as an electrolyte. The chemical solution consists as a electrolyte. By that we can observe the glowing of the bulb. The glowing of the bulb. By the reaction of, we can identify the glowing of the bulb. So here see, We prepared dry cell, we prepared cell, of course, cell, we prepared a cell. By what happened here, the bulb given glow, then how the liquid solution act as a electrolyte? Electrolysis means electrolyte. The liquid solution help H2SO4 or sulfuric acid is act as a water electrolyte. How that a liquid solution or H2SO4 act as a sulfuric acid act as electrolyte? How it was transfer the electric energy to produce electric energy from the chemical energy? How those are reacted in that? To understand that, we must to understand what electrolysis process. To understand that electrolysis process means to understand how chemical energy is produced, water electrical energy, how the chemical energy produced electrical energy. To understand that, we must understand what electrolysis process. What is that? Electrolysis process. Let's we talk about electrolysis process. What will talk? Electrolysis process. Electrolysis process. So what is the electrolysis process? What is the electrolysis? The decomposition of two ions by passing electric current through the electrolyte. The decomposition of two ions. The decomposition of two ions by passing electric current through the electrolyte. Through the electrolyte. Understand? The decomposition of what? Two ions. Decomposition of two ions. Otherwise, the decomposition by decomposition forming two ions. Two ions forming by decomposition by passing electric current through the electrolyte. When electric current passing through the electrolyte, it forms two ions by forming decomposition. Decomposition means to split them. To split into different atoms, different ions. Let's we talk how like to do that electrolysis process. Electrolysis we can call as a decomposition reaction. What you can call decomposition reaction. See, to do that decomposition reaction, we are using transparent and insulated beaker. Transparent and insulated beaker. Transparent and insulated beaker. Transparent and insulated beaker. Okay, and make two holes at the bottom of the transparent vessel. Make two holes at the bottom of the transparent vessel and insert two carbon rods or graphite rods. Insert two graphite rods. Two graphite rods. Two graphite rods. Two graphite rods. Okay. Graphite rod color consists of like black. How like those? Black in color. Graphite rods are the good conductors of heat and electricity. Graphite is a good conductor of electrical current. It can allow the electric current. It can allow the electrical current. Means it is a good conductor of electric current. Okay, that's why we are using what? Graphite rods. That holes were covered with plaster of Paris. That holes covered with plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris. See once what I'm making here, black to that shape because of graphite rod. Okay, see that, and fill with water this beaker, fill with the water, up to this hole is the water, understand? Otherwise, if you are feeling uncomfortable to this height, I will decrease the height of the water. Okay, here I will make a, okay, and place 2 boiling tubes over the 2 graphite rods. Place as inverted 2 boiling tubes, 2 boiling tubes, 2 boiling tubes, 2 boiling tubes over the water, over the 2 carbon or graphite rods, 2 carbon or graphite rods. Okay, boiling tubes, and this is what water. This is the water, molecular formula is H2O, and these are water boiling tubes, and this is a graduated beaker, or transparent graduated beaker, and these are what these are what I'm saying, graphite rods, okay. And coming to that, what I'm saying to you here, this is water, and these 2 ends of the graphite rod are connected to high voltage of the cell, 240 volts. How much you are connecting to the 240 volts? 240 volts. This is the source of energy. What is this? Source of energy. Okay, source of energy. What I'm giving? 240 volts. How much? 240 voltage. Okay, by passing electric current, this much of electric current through that graphite rod, of course, it whole are immersed in water only. So we may observe here what we have to know about. This is a positive and this is a negative terminal, and ion, cation, anode, cathode. An ion is a negative ion, and the cation is a positive ion. Anode is a positive terminal, and this is a negative terminal. So we can say this is an anode terminal, this is a cathode terminal, and this is a cathode terminal. Okay. So by passing electric current through the water, we already discussed water is a good conductor of electrical energy. By passing electrical energy through that, means we are making heat to that. By that, what happened? It separated into, otherwise decomposed into 2 ions. As a anion and cation, hydrogen cation and oxygen anion. Hydrogen, what you can say, hydrogen cation and oxygen anion. So by that, see here, those two gases. This is a liquid, and these are the gases. So hydrogen gas collected at a cathode terminal. Hydrogen gas collected at a cathode terminal. Okay, and oxygen gas collected at anode terminal. Means those will collect in opposite electrodes, at opposite electrodes. By this decomposition, the electrolysis is by sending electric current through the high voltage of electric current passing through the what electrolyte, it makes the what divide into two ions or two radicals. The formation of two ions by the decomposition by passing electric current through the electrolyte. By this process, we made what our own cell. So to prepare our own cell, how the electric energy produced from chemical energy by using what electrolysis process. By using electrolysis process. Understand? See once. Okay, understand what is the electrolysis process? Very important to you. In our day-to-day life, we may observe the shining of what substances, particles. Shining of particles. What we may observe shining of particles? Shining. Did you observe? Clip of your pad. Clip of your pad. Newly bought safety pin. Safety pin. Of course, any pin also. Okay. Newly. And also, where you may observe your bicycle. Your bicycle. Rim when it was newly taken, or otherwise that a fork to the rims, the fork sticks to the rim. Okay, and see here what are there still, and also you may observe newly what you are taking, that lock piece are also giving shining. Is it or not? Is it? And also nowadays we now observe that ornaments. What are those? Ornaments. Ornaments which are prepared from water, gold. Generally, ornaments, gold ornaments, of course, but gilt, what you can say, gilt, which are not preparing by gold. Okay, those ornaments are giving much shine than to the gold, which are not prepared from gold. That particular ornaments are giving much shine than to the gold ornament. Is it or not? Then why it is giving shining? Why it is giving shining? Are you understand? Suppose if you rub with any substance on the shining particle, we may observe it may lose that shining. It may lose that shining. Door clamps, what we can observe, it is shining. Is it or not? Of course. Observe here, wrist watches also consist colors. Wrist watches also consist colors. By erasing on that particular, if you erase with any substance on this particular surface, what happens? You may observe by avoiding of that color. Then by using multiple times, by using rarely, what happens? We may observe by loss of shining. By the loss of shining. Then how it is losing its shine? How it is losing its shine? Then how it got shining? How it got shining? To understand that, we must understand electroplating. What you have to understand? Electroplating. Electroplating. Then what is this electroplating? Why we want to use this electroplating? What is this electroplating? For what we want to do that electroplating? What are the advantages are there? What are the advantages are there? Okay. So why we want to use this electroplating? It is not like a new activity. It is similar as electrolysis. It is as similar as electrolysis. It is as similar as what? Electrolysis. How the decomposition reaction observed in electroplating? Then why we want to use the electroplating? Why we want to use electroplating? To understand that, we have to understand one activity: coating an iron key with copper by electroplating method. What you have to observe? Coating of coating an iron key with copper by electroplating method. Electroplating method. So how it is possible to make coat on iron with copper? Understand? By coating with copper on iron, we may observe the iron key will appear as a shine. Why we want to make? Then how it is possible? Okay, see that we may how it is to form to do electroplating. We may use in different purpose, not only one to coat. By using a particular, we may use different various situations which is that electroplating method. That we talk about that. We need to talk to electroplating. We need one graduated beaker. Means it should be transparent. And second thing, what we need, the next HCl. What is HCl? Hydrochloric acid. The next thing is copper sulfate in crystalline, CuSO4. Copper sulfate in crystalline, in solid state. Copper sulfate can exist in two states. In solid, in liquid and a solid. Solid consists color is a blue. In liquid consists yellow. In solid, copper sulfate consists in blue. In liquid, yellow color it consists. The next thing, we need copper sheet or plate, otherwise sheet with a particular dimension, and the iron key and source of energy. And also we need distilled water. These are we need to do that water electroplating method. See once what we need: graduated beaker. What are that? Graduated means wide beaker. It should be transparent. Means what is the action is going inside, we have to observe clearly. What is the reaction between the chemicals, we have to observe clearly. Okay, and HCl, hydrochloric acid. We are taking, we can take concentrated, otherwise diluted, not a problem. We can take concentrated or otherwise diluted. Okay, and coming to that, what one more we can? See there. Copper sulfate. Copper sulfate. It is a copper sulfate as crystal. Copper sulfate crystal consists in two colors. One is in blue color. One is in blue color. One is in yellow color. Blue crystals are appears. Blue crystals are appears in solid, means vitreous, means one type of thickness color, and in liquid yellow color. And copper sheet. Copper sheet. It is the dimensions. Dimensions are what we can write dimensions 2 centimeter and 5 centimeter. 2 centimeter and 5 centimeter. Okay. 2 centimeter and 5 centimeter. Length and breadth. Length and breadth. And iron key and surface of source of energy, source of energy, and distilled water. Copper sheet, generally this sheet we are using for the frames of any photos. We may observe that, and to write any to write any particular, we may identify this copper sheet for who are doing that Vedas or mantras. Okay, to write something what they need for mantras or something. So those they can utilize the copper sheet. So these are very much to do the what electroplating. See here, by using graduated beaker, by taking that graduated beaker, we have to take the solution of copper sulfate. The solution of copper sulfate should fill in a graduated transparent beaker. The solution of copper sulfate. Solution of copper sulfate. What is the solution of copper sulfate? Solution of copper sulfate. So, solution of copper sulfate is prepared by crystal part of copper sulfate and distilled water. Distilled water. So we are going to mix the copper sulfate and distilled water. The mixture of copper sulfate and distilled water by the mixture solution of copper sulfate. By adding the copper sulfate into distilled water, it becomes as a blue color. It gives a colored solution. What is that? A blue vitreous color. That solution we are taking into the graduated transparent beaker. So remember these things, what we written on the board to do the electroplating method. To do the electroplating method. And by using water, graduated hydrochloric acid, copper sulfate, and copper sheet, iron key, source of energy, and distilled water. Okay, this experiment we can do in our lab, if it's there possible. Okay, so remember those what we finished, and we'll talk in the next class about electroplating and also how to do the electroplating, what are the advantages, where we are using that electroplating, and also we may learn about galvanization. We may learn about galvanization process also. Understand? So this is today our topic. We'll see in the next class. Have a good day to you.